So what's so very interesting about my past, it began when I was 12. And actually that's probably not interesting because a lot of people listening early on knew there was something more and had experiences, and either their parents, for whatever reason, had them shut it down, or they felt like they needed to. But for me, it began when I was 12, and literally as a little girl, I would always see spirits. So I was accustomed to waking up in the middle of the night and seeing a spirit standing in the hallway, and I'd walk around her to go to the bathroom. So that was normal. But this particular time, again, I was 12, and I felt the energy of a different type of being watching me. And when I opened my eyes, there was this light being. So it was no more the human spirit, but this was truly a divine light being. And he took me out my bedroom window, flying into the stars. We landed on a bridge and then dove into the depths of the ocean. And these visits continued for 6 years. And so just imagine this little 12-year-old girl hovering above herself in bed, looking down at herself sleeping. I was very aware that I'm laying in bed, I'm sleeping, and yet here I am consciously aware that I'm hovering above me, floating down the hallway. I would go into my parents' bedroom. I would try to wake them up. They wouldn't wake up, and out their bedroom window I would go. And so, again, this lasted for 6 years, these visits and this teaching that I would be this bridge between heaven and earth. So that was the early, there's something else, there's something going on, right? Not understanding it fully, but very much in the process of, boy, there's so much more to what this thing is, this thing called life. And so that continued, and then somewhere around 25, 26, I was in California, and that energy of that being standing in the room watching me came back. And when I turned around and woke up and started to sit up in bed, there he was again. And this time he was standing there with what in my imagination appeared to be a clipboard. And so I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Checking your progress." And honestly, I didn't have a clue what progress he was talking about. I didn't understand what all of this was about. I just thought they were coming in and they were showing me creation and really cool, I'm being visited. I didn't know that I had a specific task at hand. Didn't have a clue. And it wasn't until literally 2004. Now, I grew up in South Jersey. I moved to Henderson, Nevada, right outside Las Vegas. I come out here to sing, and I'm doing all my gigs singing. And in '04, as I'm actually en route to a photo shoot, I'm rear-ended by a high-speed chase. I'm pulled off to the shoulder of the road to get out of the way, and one of the cars hits me and takes me into a spin. Well, I go into the light, and while I'm in the light, and it's beautiful light, my life didn't flash before me. I just went into this holding space that was pure love, and the voices said, "You are here to bring them into the light." That was the first time I knew, oh, okay. And so upon the second impact, I came back into the car, and about 2 weeks later, they started showing up. And that was the process of, now there's something, now I get it. And that leads to a whole new set of stories to tell. But that was the first time I realized that I actually had a divine purpose and didn't really understand all of the earlier visitations. Quite interesting, don't you think?